And it's fantastic to be able to welcome Commissioner Casurao from the National Police Commission from the Philippines. Welcome to Interpol Television, sir.
Thank you, Philip, for this opportunity, and it's a great honor for us to be with you today.
So the policing priorities in the Philippines, how important is it to have your relationship with Interpol?
It's very important. In fact, we have solved a lot of criminal problems in our country because of the intervention of Interpol. I can cite a lot of these cases already in the past, and we continue to patronize and cooperate with Interpol because it's doing a lot of solutions to the problems that we are facing in the field of crime prevention and solution.
Now, the Congress over the last few days has been focusing on a lot of transnational crime and in particular cyber crime and international terrorism and people trafficking. What are you taking away from the Congress that's going to help you in your role back at home?
A lot. In fact, we've been learning a lot from the Congress. And the points that we've noticed and have taken into account will have a lot of application when we come back to our country and apply this to the many situations that we are encountering in our daily routine in law enforcement and protecting our public in the area of public safety. For instance, the matter of the use of the AUVs. This is a very good aspect in law enforcement because what we cannot achieve in the simple patrol of our law enforcement can be taken care of by the use of drones, because this takes a different perspective in terms of the various raids that we conduct against criminal elements. And this is one thing that we can introduce to our law enforcement agencies to adopt this kind of methodology in the area of crime prevention.
So what are the policing priorities at the moment in the Philippines?
The other concerns, you mean, that we have in the police? Well, the number one concern that we have now is on the area of the drug problem that we have. In fact, this is what the president of the country, President Rogelio is focusing on. And we are all interested in giving a concrete solution to this problem as our immediate concern. That's the immediate concern that we have now in the forefront. And on the long-term side, we would like to introduce the system of police-based in community relationship for the longer term. But for the time being, we are very much concerned with the drug problem, and of course, hand in hand with the problem on transnational crimes like terrorism. And in fact, we have that problem almost a month ago. But we are very confident that in a few more days, we are going to solve the problem in the city of Marawi.
You've got first-hand experience in your country of the growth of terrorism and extremist terrorism that's coming through. Are there any lessons in dealing with it that you could give out to the international community that may help them?
Well, the thing that we can share is we should strengthen our capabilities in the area of information gathering, because this is where most countries must have to invest in crime prevention, especially in the gathering of information and intelligence work. It's very important because no amount of criminal activities can survive if they are detected at the early stage. So the things that we are now involved here in this Congress have a lot to do with information gathering, with technologies now that is being taken care of by our law enforcement agencies. I think we are in the right direction, because these are all intended to gather information so that crimes can early be detected and avoided in its early stage.
But information gathering, it's important then to be able to share that information and to share the intelligence that you get from it nationally and internationally. Do you think we'll ever overcome the challenges that there are in sharing police intelligence and police information on an international basis?
Yes, that is actually our purpose. And that is supposed to be the aim of all the members under Interpol. Information sharing is very important because this is a reaffirmation that no one is an island. We have to really coordinate with each other because there is no substitute for intelligence sharing. It's only when countries in the international community would cooperate and share with each other anything that is of human value in the area of law enforcement. This is the essence of the Interpol, and that is actually the reason why we're all gathered now in this Congress initiated by the Interpol.
So we see in the press the rise of cybercrime with the ransomware attacks that have been recently. We hear of the rise of terrorism. We hear of the rise of drug-related crime. Who's winning, the good guys or the bad guys?
Well, for the moment, it's actually a challenge for each camp. As we know, there are times that law enforcement is lagging behind criminal syndicates in terms of the application of technology. But Interpol, for instance, has never been remiss along this line because it has been doing its best to come up with the recent trends in technology so that we can always be ahead in terms of planning and strategy over and above criminal groups that tend to undermine the stability of our region. So I think and I feel that recently our law enforcement community has been winning actually over the activities being waged by the bad guys. So I'm very certain that with all the pronouncement and with all what we're seeing now in the area of police cooperation, the bad guys are actually way behind. So we are actually controlling the situation now because of what we have in our sleeves, up in our sleeves, the various skill and technological advancement in combating criminality.
And we've seen a lot of technology on display at the event, the Interpol World event. Has it been useful to you to see the new technologies that are available?
Yes, Philip. In fact, what we are intending to do now is to upgrade what we have been using before because of this recent advancement that we just saw in the exhibits. And it makes us happy. It makes us more confident that science and technology is really improving on a good pacing, rhythmic evolution of all these gadgets that actually equals the challenges that criminality is offering against us.
Commissioner, thank you very much indeed for giving up some of your valuable time to talk to us on Interpol World Television. It's been a real pleasure.
Yes, anytime, Philip. Thank you.